The interviews you're about to see are about ongoing civil and criminal court cases launched by an angry, litigious, and possibly obsessive expatriate high-level Canadian engineer by the name of Christopher Lee Hobbs. In June 2014, Hobbs was arrested in Thailand, his home at the time, where he was hauled in front of the press by the Thai cops, who were accompanied by FBI agents who were keeping tabs on alleged acts of pedophilia perpetrated by Hobbs in the coastal Thai city of Pattaya several years ago. He was believed by police to have performed a number of morally reprehensible and pedophilic sexual acts on two boys, but he claims it was a case of mistaken identity and that the cops were in fact supposed to be arresting Stephen Strike, a business acquaintance of his linked to a juice company that he was financing while working in Bangkok for Thailand's power grid. Hobbs says he spent 2 nights in jail before he bribed the Thai court to get out, and they eventually dropped the charges. Right now, Hobbs is out to obtain media exposure to clear his name in the court of public opinion. Since he hasn't actually been convicted of anything, his lawsuits are an attempt to strike back at the FBI for supposedly wrongfully accusing him of abusing children through the use of an alleged puppet NGO created to snag pedophiles. After several hours of speaking to him and a Thai police translator by the name of Peter Fretton, I was unable to determine his innocence. Keep in mind that what you're looking at is a condensed version of interview highlights and not the whole video because it's extremely long.
There you go, yeah. So you spend a lot of money and time purging your name, being associated with being a pedophile.
Yes.
But Thai language newspapers to this day still indicate that you're a pedophile.
No. Thai language, all the Thai news, from Bangkok Post and all the channel.
No, Thai language.
Even Channel 3. Channel 3 published a video of me in the afternoon basically saying that I'm innocent. But that's it. They haven't gone anywhere near saying anything else.
But some Thai language newspapers say some pretty nasty
They haven't
things.
come back, they haven't changed anything. They haven't reversed their decision.
On what?
The original publication, they haven't published anything new.
That's what I mean though, like okay, you're saying like it's old. It's old news.
Yeah, but they haven't said anything to the contrary. Like I'm innocent. They still have that I'm guilty.
Yeah. What is that something you're looking to changing or?
Well, what I've
like
asked
it says that, like I mean it's just as defamatory as an English one. I mean it's saying boy fucker, come in ass, shit like that.
Yeah, well let me tell you how I was dealing with that. In the civil case against the Thai police, the judge, we talked about having the Thai police go and publicly apologize in the media and stuff like that. And then after some around the discussion, we agreed that it would be better for them to go investigate and arrest and prosecute the people that lied.
The police, you're saying?
Yes, the police will go and arrest Karasim Noja, the children, or the FBI. And what do you do here in Bangkok for your weekend? Yeah. You go to the bar and you're here and have a few drinks, and there's not a lot to do.
Mm.
So it gave me an excuse to get out of town.
And how did you get introduced to Dan the Juice Man?
Daniel Clark. There's a bar about 200 meters up from where my wife runs a cafe in Junction Beach called Robin Hood Bar, and I ran into him there.
And tell me more about him.
He's a UK national. Nice enough guy. He's about a little bit younger than me. He told me that he was going to start up a juice business, or he was running a juice business, but he wanted to expand it, but he didn't have the financial resources to expand it. Yeah. And would I be interested in supporting it? And I said, sure. I took a look at it, and I have some friends in Canada that are in the coffee business on the same basis. They'll give the machine as long as you buy their coffee, so that's the same concept that Dan was running. He provided the frozen ice cocktail machines, like daiquiri machines, and he would provide the machine as long as you bought his juice. So,
how long did you know Dan before you?
Probably the better part of a year.
Yeah. And were your interactions with
Always cordial.
Yeah,
always cordial. Most of the time it was at Robin Hood Bar, just casual, playing some pool, chatting, this kind of thing. And that's actually the first time I ever got introduced to Stephen Strike. Chatting, this kind of thing. And that's actually the first time I ever got introduced to Stephen Strike.
As mentioned earlier, Stephen Strike is a convicted child abuser currently serving time for an unrelated child sex incident in Hawaii. He's linked to Hobbs through a third party and also through his supposed juice business venture in Pattaya. Hobbs chalks it up as a coincidence, but his explanation involves stacks of paperwork rather than face-to-face declarations of innocence of what he was formerly charged with.
So why is your situation different?
Well, Thais think you're guilty.
No, they don't.
The Thai press, the Thai police, you don't think they think you're guilty?
No, the Thai police know I'm not guilty.
They did at one point.
Well, for a month. Then they found out about Strike. I can show you, on September 29th, 4 months after my arrest, 3 months after my arrest, they issued a warrant for Strike.
Has no one ever thought that maybe Strike was a pedophile and that you were too?
Yes, Randall Devine said that to me right the day he arrested me. They arrested me. I'm in there. Just because Strike did something didn't mean you didn't.
What if that's true?
I said, okay, that's possible, but I don't live in Pattaya. I got fingerprint scans having me living 150 kilometers away every freaking day. And I have witnesses saying, I've never driven, I can't drive a manual motorcycle. I've never driven a motorcycle in Bangkok or Pattaya. I've driven them on course of that where I won't kill myself because I can't go fast.
But you don't need to be on a motorcycle.
No, I drove the orange motorcycle to transport the kids.
Yeah, but what if it wasn't you transporting the kid?
That's the point. I wasn't transporting them. I wasn't there. There was only one guy. The boys are referring to one man, not two men. The same man abused them. So there's not two men. I have no cases against me.
Yeah.
They've all said, arrest Strike.
So what's the most important thing to you?
I want justice. I want the people that did this to me, destroyed my life, put in jail. And the FBI are running an illegal interrogation center. They're exploiting the children for their purposes, just as much as Stephen Strike was exploiting them for abuse. Who's trafficking the children more? Who's worse? The FBI, the people that the boys are supposed to trust? How is that boy going to trust any law enforcement now? Well, he said, just because Strike did something didn't mean you did. He says, oh, you're a roommate. All you pedophiles hang around in secret little groups. That's his words to me the night of my arrest.
Or you go home on the weekends.
But
The evidence that you have, and I believe you.
I go to Jamchen Beach to see my wife. And I have all kinds of witnesses who will say that.
But were you witnesses?
I got all kinds of witnesses.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of witnesses saying they've never seen me at Midtown. I've never had the keys to Midtown. I've never had the keys to the motorcycle. I've never had just nothing. I have nothing to do with Midtown.
Hobbs is referring to Midtown Villa, a location where police once believed he abused kids. As you can see, he claims he didn't know about the location until the cops drove him there and then he spotted the juice business that he has.
Now, when I was there,
Well, fuck Midtown.
well, no, but they said, well, what do you know about Midtown? I didn't even remember the name. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. So then they drove me to Midtown. I said, oh, this is where my partner runs a business from. Oh yeah, okay, this is Midtown. I didn't even know the name. My backup drives when I came back, but when I got my computer back, I got all the other files, and there was like thousands of files that had been deleted. Just between those 2 days. And every file of a woman. And I told Cantrell where to find them.
Every file of a woman.
I had photos of women, girlfriends, my wife, naked pictures. They're all gone. And I know they were on that backup drive. And they were gone when I got my backup drive back.
Because you think that would be...
It's exculpatory.
Yeah.
There certainly isn't, I mean, the FBI has done a forensic on all those drives. And they said, oh, there's nothing on it. They place codes.
Do you think there's innocence until proven guilty in Thailand?
Listen, I have nothing to prove to anybody. The Thai Attorney General said, I'm innocent. Okay? You want to go and argue with him about whether you think I'm guilty. He's seen all the evidence. The FBI have closed the case file on you. Now, if somebody wants to sit here and say, I still think you're guilty, I say, screw you. What else am I going to tell you? Is it, I mean, you're taking the position, my mind's made up, don't confuse me with the facts.
What do you mean?
I'm giving you the facts.
Yeah.
And you don't want to believe it. Well, that's up to you.
It's not that I'm... No, you got to understand.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm writing.
Yes.
I'm writing, and there's people I'm writing to. And they're going to look at you, and they're going to read the story, They're gonna make up their own mind.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Look,
Relax.
no. Don't look at the story. Look at the evidence.
It should speak for itself.
I mean, I would probably go back to Malaysia or Pattaya later tonight because I have something waiting for me in Pattaya.
What would that be?
As long as you don't show it some.
I can't. The camera's here.
Okay, good, good. This is not.
Possibly in a bid to prove his sexual preferences during his bizarre interview with me, Hobbs decided to show me a picture of what looked to be a female prostitute who was supposedly waiting for him on a beach resort somewhere in Thailand.
For Alan Shapiro's case. And I can tell you what Craig told me he told him. Ole said Phil never went with any Falong ever. He never had sex with any Falong. He stood lookout for Ole when Ole went in. That's what he told Craig Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Okay?
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, Craig Harbaugh told me.
Oh, okay.
Because he came over here and
Use the watch. What? Use the watch.
yeah, well, Phil was the watchdog in case something happened to Ole and he didn't come out in a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when the police went back and questioned Phil about how to get up to the where Midtown, we like this one. Midtown is 2 rows, 39 identical units of townhouses.
Yeah.
So they said to Phil the second time, they said, Phil, where did the crimes occur? Phil said the first unit on the right, which is almost the last unit on the left. So he couldn't remember Midtown. Then they took him over to MC Place, the second place where he was supposed to be abused. And they asked him, how many ways can you get up here? How did you come up and down? He said, well, I went up this way and I went down this way. No, it's a dead-end corridor. You can only go up and down one way. The boy didn't know fuck all. That's in the Thai files.
Did they perform urine tests for methamphetamine and things
I
in the boys?
have no idea. I mean, I don't know what Noja threatened them with.
No, what I mean is if you test people and they come up positive for various drugs, then it puts a lot of skepticism on their testimony.
Well, they didn't do that. After the testimony was already in question, because I had fingerprint scans and everything else, they went back and asked the boys, and Ole said, oh, no, we never went to Midtown together. So that was all out the window.
Just all fucking.
And I never identified Hobbs. I identified Strike because they showed him Strike's photo. He says, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy on the orange motorcycle. So that's what he told the police, and he later told Alan Harbaugh, Craig Harbaugh. And then they went and interviewed the Cambodian boy, and they brought him. This is in the Thai case file. They said they brought him to the thing, and they asked him where the crimes occurred. And they pointed to the first unit on the right instead of near the last unit on the left at Midtown. And then MC Place, he couldn't remember how to go up and down into it. So the Cambodian boy's testimony is completely fake. His crimes never occurred. They needed the collaborating victim witness. Somehow, somebody made up a story about me to have me arrested. So somebody's got to fucking go to jail for that, right? So now guy sees that, so he wants to put a royal sanctioned appeal to the Supreme Court, and no judge in the Supreme Court in Bangkok will ever fuck with that. Well,
alternative.
The press have all the power. Right now, I have no power. Nobody's listening to me. Because I'm just an accused pedophile. So I lost my credibility just like that.
June 8th, 2014.
It took a half a second for me to lose all credibility.
Yeah.